by the mercy of the Lord, you will get a chance for these mystic performances. At this time, you may execute this function. So Narada Muni tests his new disciple, his future disciple, Dhruva. He's testing him. You can see in the story of Dhruva Maharaj was very pleaseful for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He liked to listen again and again this story. And also the story with Prahlad Maharaj. Because we can see the special power of Bhakti Yoga. That Bhakti Yoga don't acquire any levels, any preparations before you can start it. In these two stories of Prahlad and Dhruva, we can see that even child can do it. Even child can practice Bhakti Yoga. Dhruva Maharaj, he is prince, 5 years old. His father is mighty king who is ruling, I guess he's ruling Bharatavarsha, maybe Olba Mandala, but I'm not sure for now. I should check it. When we are teaching Bhakti Vaibhava courses, this is first 6 cantos of Bhagavatam. Hanumata Preshak Swami, he gave us interesting abbreviature. Is it correct in English? Abbreviatura. Summary, yeah. It's called Dapup. You know what this means, Dapup? This is for child of Swayambhuva Manu. All our history of universe connect to the special millenniums. It's 14 during one day of Brahma. 14 millenniums, 14 periods of ruling of one Manu. We are living of period of 7th Manu. So Bhagavatam describes only of 3 of these periods of one day for Brahma. First, 6 and 7. First, 6 and 7. First, 7 cantos describe first millennium, which named Swayambhuva Manu millennium. 8, part of 8, described 6th millennium, and from 9 till end, 12, describes 7th millennium. So only this small part of history of our universe. And one of the first kings who was son of Swayambhuva Manu, this first ruler of the universe. Usually we think that Indra rules universe, yes, that he's king, but he ruling only for heaven planets. Only small part which called Svarga. Svargalok, that's all. So basically Manu, he's ruling all the universe usually. Not including the planets of yogis, planets of sages, and planet of Brahma. He rules all the universe. Manu, he gives the laws, it's called Manu Samhita, how we can live in this world. And Swayambhuva Manu, he's first Manu, he's one of the 12 special Mahajans, devotees in this universe. And he was born from Brahma, because Brahma, first he created 4 sages, they are named Kumaras. And they asked him, I need I need like people. But they, no, we want to be brahmacharis for all life. Bye. He was a bit angry. He tipped together his eyebrows, and create Shiva. Rudra, actually. Rudra make children, but they were aggressive. Roar! Demons, yeah. They're trying to kill Brahma. He said, no, you need to do austerities. Stop doing pregnancy. Stop it. Okay. Then he started doing what to do, how to create the process, how to make the process automatically, because he need to create, I take earth, I take air, I take water. He create like some form. Then he need again and again mix all these elements. Then he thought, it's difficult. I need to make it's automatic process, like I was flying from Spain. How's the name of the country, the city? Barcelona, yeah. And everything is automatically. You just go, you put your passport, and you get the tab, you put it, you do it yourself, no need for people. And he thought, yeah, it's difficult for me to do by myself everything to create the creatures. And he just started thinking about it. And it appeared one person, man and woman. Swayambhuva and Shatarupa, yes? The husband and wife. And they started having sex. And he said, wow, nice thing. That's how they can have a baby. And no need me to input myself to this process. So the Swayambhuva Manu, he was the first, I don't know, father of all creatures, and all creatures was created after his daughters was married to the 10 sons of Brahmas. This third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam described. And Swayambhuva, he had basically 5 children, and the students of Bhakti Vaibhava, they should know these 5 children. So we give them this abbreviature Dapup: Devahuti, Akuti, Prasuti, Uttanapada, and Priyavrata. So that's how they've memorized these 5 names. Dapup. You want to memorize? Dapup. Devahuti, Akuti, Prasuti, Uttanapada, Priyavrata. 3 daughters and 2 sons. And one son, Uttanapada. Uttanapada means high legs. He was ruler, because Priyavrata, his brother, he wasn't ruler. He made austerities. Then they asked him to rule after a few millenniums. So Uttanapada was a big ruler, big food. And he had 2 wives, Akuti and Suruchi and Suniti. Suruchi and Suniti. Su is mean like powerful, more stronger. Ruchi means taste to sense satisfaction. And so Niti means morality, yes. The woman who was make him strong in morality. So like a man, like a weak man with strong desires, a king, he chose this woman who was giving him more attractive to senses. And don't choose this woman who was giving him morality, rules, austerities. And they too have sons. And this woman who was responsible for morality part, she has son which was named Dhruva. This is our Dhruva. So we will discuss and study story of this boy. And after class, you will all have exams, because I'm a teacher. It's a joke. No exams. Only one exam. You have to take prasadam. Only this practical exam. And this boy, like every boy, he wants to have to knees to his father to sit there. And he was trying to sit, and father, he was just accepting him. But then this Suruchi, woman who was attracted by senses, she said, no, you cannot sit on the knees of your father, because he was not born from my womb. So boy, forgive. This is the reality of the life. This is, you faced it. So just stand it and go away. He can't understand what happened. Why? This is my father. I'm his son. I can see this, but this woman doesn't allow me to see it. What happened? He approached his mother, Suniti, and asked, is it true? She said, yes, is it true that I am not beloved wife of your father? And then she said one interesting thing, which we get lesson from this part of this story. She said, never be envy and never be angry of non-guilty situations in your life. You understand? Yeah? Not guilty. Справедливость in English. Not fair situations in your life. Never be angry. Like mother said, what is doing? What is my father? He's my husband, use his son. She can stand and protect her rights. But she said, please be calm. Never be angry of not fair situations in your life. This was his first lesson from Dhruva Maharaj's story. And he accepts this. And then Srila Prabhupada, in his commentaries, he gives nice explanation. He says this was a teamwork of different types of gurus. how we can see gurus. He explained that the first guru was his, how it's called? Not the mother, but not mother, machicha? Stepmother, yeah. His stepmother, she was against that he was sitting on the knees of his father. But she was his guru. Why? She was his Vartma Pradarshaka guru. You know what does it mean? I mean, like you cannot stop him. If someone decides to do determination in earning money, you cannot stop him. All of us, men and women, we can have the same determination. We're equal in this. Same strong determination in spiritual life. We can do this. Even a small boy had strong determination. This is his name, Dhruva. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partho Danudaraha Tatra Shivajayo Mutir Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. This is the last verse from Bhagavad Gita. Dhruva Nitir. Niti. Niti is mean morality. Dhruva. Determination in morality. What is Krishna and Arjuna? There always will be non-stoppable determination in morality. You cannot stop this. Whereas will be Krishna and Arjuna. Dhruvam. So we all are Dhruvas in this way. We all can be named Dhruva because all the devotees, all the spiritual warriors, practices, they have determination. Without determination, it's difficult to practice. Because our first, like my spiritual master says, in Krishna consciousness, in our movement, we don't have austerities. I don't know the prasadam, but I guess prasadam will be nice, yes? Only one austerity is sit 1 hour in this position, not so difficult. But we have the last austerity in ISKCON, you know? Early wake-ups, early morning wake-ups. Anyway, it will fail sometimes. Wake up early. This is last austerity. No more austerities. Nice prasadam, nice dance, nice kirtans, sing, song, books, everything you have. Nice conversations, funny jokes. In Hare Krishna we have only early morning wake-ups. This is our last austerity, which we shouldn't follow. Like, yeah, move forward closer, please. Don't worry. I clean my teeth in the morning. And I'm not eating garlic and onion, so it shouldn't be no, he's comfortable here, don't worry. Gornitais protects him. So Dhruva means determination. And we can see in story of great devotees, they all have these qualities. They all have these qualities. Sometimes we approach to deities and we don't know what to ask for. To ask Prema Bhakti. Who knows Prema Bhakti? I'm not ready for this. I don't know, to ask maybe new beats, maybe new japa beats. I don't know, my still nice. It's become bigger and bigger every year, I don't know. Maybe it's because of mud from my fingers it's become bigger. Because 15 years ago when I got to this was quite small. Know what happened with them? So you can ask determination. If you don't know what to ask, I don't have desires. Yeah, we know you don't have this. You can ask determination. Or you can ask intelligence. Evam budhe param budva samstapyat manam atmanam jahishatrumaha. Evam budhe. I'm giving you intelligence. Krishna can give it. I don't have intelligence. It is his energy. It is not my energy. It is his energy. So if you want to have intelligence, to know how to act in different situations, you can ask God to please solve my situations of my life. But then you can think, it is a bit explore. Yeah, I don't want to exploitate my God. So maybe you can share with your energy. Just give me a little bit intelligence, and I can do it by myself. Or you can ask determination. We can see it in the story of Bhishmadev. He described in first canto, 9 chapter. It's dedicated to Bhishmadev. Before was Priti. What is her name? Priti? Prithvi? Kunti. Kunti name. Actually, her name is Pridha, but Kunti because she was given when she was a small girl to Kunti Boja, and then she becomes Kunti. Just recently I was reading all Mahabharata, original. Not original, not Sanskrit, but translation from Sanskrit. It's like, whew, it's like a Srimad Bhagavatam, I guess. 100,000 of verses. And she was also have this determination. She was praying to Krishna. They win the war. They destroyed all the enemies. And Krishna said, okay, I have other devotees in Dwaraka. They're waiting for me. They in Vipralamba. It's mean, how is it in English? Separation, yes. They also need my communication to see me. And Yudhishthira trying to do, but maybe you can stay like this, like that. Nothing work. Then they say, okay, Kunti, go, your woman, he will stay. And she was weak. She was starting Krishna Vasudevaya Devakinandana cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. She was praying him by his different names. Namah Pankanja Nabhaya, Namah Pankanja Maline, Namah Pankanja Netra, Namaste Pankanjangraye. He was looking not on his feet, she was looking on his navel, then his garland, then his glance, and only then feet. Then he vipada santo takshashva tatra tatra jagat guru bhavanam darshanamasa tapunur bhav darshanan. To see you, my Lord, it's mean not to see the wheel of material suffer. So I want to see you. She doesn't want to suffer. We can translate and make strands that she won't suffer. No. She said, but when we were suffering, you were with us. So we want you to be with us, Krishna, please. And then she says, what qualifications we should have to see him all the time. Janma shvarya shutashit ber adhe madach manan purvan naivar kachibit tumvai tvam akinchana gocharam. You have had good birth, wealth, beauty. It will not help you to approach Lord. Only akinchana gochara. You need to be a beggar, a small beggar. You don't need to have desires in your heart. Only like this you can see him. And then she said, Mayananya bhavena matir madhupatek sakrit. Gange vaigam udanvati. The same like Ganga. It's going to the ocean and no obstacles faced. Let my mind go to your feet and not face any obstacles. That's all. This is her determination. When Krishna went 13 years of traveling Pandavas in forest finished, they came back, and Draupadi, she didn't see her 5 sons. And she saw her sons, she was hugging them, kissing, smiling. And Krishna says, okay, Draupadi, bye. I have to go. And she go, and she stopped. She said, no, wait. I don't want to lose you. I will not lose you. I don't need even my sons. I didn't see them for 13 years. But I want to see only you. Then Krishna, okay, I will stay. Don't go to hug your sons. I will stay. This is what their determination to have Krishna. Bhishma Dev, next chapter. He was lying down on a bed making from the arrows. Why they killed him and he fell to these arrows. There was arrow in all his body. There was no space for 2 fingers between the arrows. But there was no arrows in his head, only his body. And his head was like hanging and uncomfortable. And they all approached Kurus, Pandavas. And Bhishma said, please give me some cushion. Cushion, yes, correct word. Cushion, yeah. Pillows, maybe pillow better. And Duryodhana, he finds some gold pillow. He's trying to put under the head of their grandfather to put his. And Bhishma said, Duryodhana, get out of here. What are you doing? Arjuna, give me a pillow. Arjuna take the bow, take the arrow, and shoot 2 arrows in the behind, and they make like a pillow. He placed his head comfortable. And then he asked water. Duryodhana found some golden glass, trying to please, grandfather, take it. I also need some water. And he said, disappear, Duryodhana, what are you doing? Arjuna, give me water. Arjuna take the arrow, shoot into the earth, and and the water go from the earth to his mouth, like this. And he was given instructions. And Srila Prabhupada, he gave the topmost short lecture on story of Bhishmadev. He start lecture, and he closed his eyes. He just said, Bhishmadev is pure devotee. And he started crying and stopped lecture. That's all. There was topmost short lecture of Srila Prabhupada. 3 words. Bhishmadev is pure devotee. That's all. And Dhruva Maharaj have this, and the lesson of Bhishmadev's story is one main lesson. We should die like a Bhishmadev. He was dying, looking at Krishna and remembering Krishna, because the night before they were sleeping, and Yudhishthira asked Krishna. It's in Mahabharata that mentioned. I saw light in your room. You are not sleeping. What were you thinking about? And Krishna said, I was thinking about one person who is thinking about me right now, all the night. Who is it? It is your grandfather, Bhishma. He's lying down in the field, war field, and thinking about me. And they decide to go to Bhishma. And Krishna decided to give him his darshan. And he left, and Srila Prabhupada mentioned that Bhishma reached Vaikunthas, whereas rule deities, Krishna, Parthasarathi. And Dhruva Maharaj, he went to the forest. He had the same determination. We can see that old man, Bhishma, he was an old man. He had determination. Kunti, she was a woman, she had determination. And Dhruva, he was a child, he also had determination. We can learn that any kind of person, any gender of person, any age of person can be the same in spiritual practice. Because actually we are not a body. We are not these bodies. We are spiritual souls. And in forest he met 3rd type of guru. Which is his name? Name of guru. Yes, this is the type of guru. Yes, nice candidates. Are you already studying in Bhakti Bhava? Bhakti Shastri? Not yet? Planning to study. Okay. Diksha Guru, Narada Muni. He gave his mantra. Which mantra? Who knows? Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You know all this mantra. He got it from Narada Muni. And here Narada Muni is testing. He said, where are you going, you small boy? Go and play toys. What are you doing in the forest? What meditation? What kind? Stop it. Nonsense. And then he gave him interesting instructions. He said, no. If you will not give... Because Guru need to test disciple before. He need to test disciple. And he was testing his correct way. Even disciple need to test Guru. And then he said, Gunad Higan Mudan Lipset Anukrasha Gunad Kaman Maitim Samanam Anvichetna Tapai Rabi Buyate. He said to Dhruva that when you meet seniors, you need to make your obeisances and serve them. When you meet equal, you need to make a friendship with them. And when you meet peers, yes, correct? Well, you need to junior, yeah, maybe. You need to sostradania, compassion, to be compassion for them, yeah. And you know what did Dhruva Maharaj replied? Difficult. It's very difficult. Yeah. Yes. Give me other thing. And he gives what? Ashtanga yoga practice. It's more easier than to follow this, to be friends with equal, to serve seniors, to help juniors. It's easier was. It was actually bhakti yoga practice because in this age it was satya yoga. It was mixed with ashtanga yoga, but main aspect was bhakti yoga. So the story continues. He was practicing four months, and it will become more severe and severe. And yeah, when he said this kshatriyas, he gives two, that I am a kshatriya, I cannot follow this. Narada Muni gives two verses first, and these two verses, Vishwanath Thakur in his commentary said that these two verses are thoughts of Narada Muni. He's not making them aloud, not pronouncing, he's thinking. And he said these two verses he's thinking, only then he starts speaking, because he says that, wow, what a nice kshatriyas, what a nice character they have. It can be useful in Krishna consciousness. There's determinations. He thought this. It was he didn't say it to Dhruva Maharaj. He thought. Then he started giving him instructions in practice. And Dhruva started practice, and he pushed his finger on earth, and all Bhumandala. Whoa! Come on, what's happening? And then he stop breathing. Actually, yogis, they stop their breathing on breath out. And you know, all the creatures in planet start feeling, no, what happened? We cannot breathe. What happened? What happened? Where is the air? And Prabhupada explains in his commentary that Dhruva Maharaj, his meditations become so powerful that he become equal and one with universe form of Lord. And he start breathe, and everything stops in this world. And you know what does they approach Vishnu? What happened? No air. What's happening? Sauna. He said, don't worry, this is my devotee. He's not just expert. And one lesson we can get from this, that devotees then can be enthusiastic, sometimes too enthusiastic, and make some mistakes in their enthusiasm. Some funny stories can be like, we were so enthusiastic in Belarus, and my personal достижение, achievement, yeah, in Harinams, it was minus 25 degrees Celsius, minus 25. I was playing accordion in 2 cloths, 1, 2, and this was short Harinam for 40 minutes. No more. It was very cold. In Nityananda Trayondishe, I was 16. I was playing. I have like 2, what's called? Trousers? Pants? 2 pants. Yeah, and they're both 2 dhotis and chadar. And like, and we were maybe 20 of us. And we were trying to sing. It was frozen, yeah. Freezing, yeah, and bus came, and let's go to bus. We entered the bus and continued in bus. So yeah, it was our enthusiasm. But people were thinking, what a strange guys, 25 minus there, sitting in the streets, telling everyone we need to be going home. Then Prishnigarbha, this is the name of Lord, he appeared to Dhruva Maharaj. He touched his conch, and Dhruva Maharaj started giving very beautiful, nice prayers. He doesn't want no more desires in his heart. He doesn't want any kingdom no more. But he said, no, you will get it. Don't worry, and you will rule. And the story continued. Then I will not tell you the continuation of story, but we have 2 versions of Dhruva. The first version, the Dhruva version 1.0, is Dhruva before he met Prishnigarbha. He had desire to have a kingdom like his grandfather Swayambhuva Manu, The same kingdom he want to have. And Dhruva version 2.0 is Dhruva after darshan of Lord Prishnigarbha. He doesn't have any desires. Because Narayani Prabhu, she's Srila Prabhupada's disciple, she says that we have three gunas, yeah, in Tama, modes. No, gunas, also three gunas. Guna the same in English or different? Guna, three modes. Like Tamaguna is Daksha. Daksha, the first story of first canto. His devotional service in Tamaguna is Daksha. He is devotee but a bit aggressive and been cursed. So it's not good to practice. Second is Dhruva version 1.0. Before he met, he has strong desire. It's Rajas. In devotional service in Rajas, he has strong desire to practice. Oh, not to have a kingdom, sorry. But he got a spiritual practice for this. But the main thing, he got not why he got like this mercy of God. Because he met a pure devotee. This is the main thing which we should understand. We should meet a devotee, and then it's possible. If we met a devotee, it can be possible. It's mentioned in many places in Bhagavatam, in fifth canto. Rahuganaita tapasana yati nate jaya nirvapanan grihatva nachandasana janair vina pada raja maha pishakam. If you don't take the dust from the feet of devotees and don't put it in your head, you will never see Mukunda, his lotus feet. Tvam bhakti yoga paribhavita chrit saroja sesha tekshta patona nunatva punsa. In third canto, it meant we can see Lord with our ears, but we need to listen, devotees. In five canto, it's also mentioned that you can take many basins in Ganga, Ganges, Ganga, yeah, Ganga river, but it will clean your mind, but will never clean your heart. If you want to clean your heart, you need to meet devotees. In 11th canto, he says to Uddhava, you know, Uddhava, the sun it enlightened the matter, you know. You can see the matter because of the sun. I can see you, the matter. But the spirit, you can see only by mercy of the devotees. So devotees, they are more stronger than the sun, because they can put light on the spirit. Sun cannot put light on the spirit, on the soul. It can put light on only on the matter. So but only devotees, they can put light on the spirit. They can show you the spirit. This is the powerful. And he met, and when disciple is ready, spiritual master arrives. Spiritual master came. When person had determination, spiritual master came. Dhruva, he had. How come he met Narada Muni in a forest? How come? He was sent by the Lord there from his heart. So when I am ready, Lord will send me spiritual master. And you will listen, oh, this is my spiritual master. You know, when I first met my spiritual master, I was 8 years, 10 years, maybe. He was even not a spiritual master at those times. He was not accepting disciple. He was just a preacher, grihastha. I was sitting in the back with my back to the wall, and I see he approached. He went into the temple room, and all devotees pay their obeisance. I can't understand what happened. He's not Prabhupada disciple. He's just a grihastha. So why they giving obeisance? I also make my obeisance. Okay. I didn't like lectures those times. Like playing, sometimes kirtans. For 10 years, boy, difficult to listen lectures. And he started giving lectures on Chaitanya Charitamrita. He was preaching to scientists, to students. And when I heard his words, I just, wow, this is first interesting lecture in Krishna consciousness. And I want to serve to the next his lecture somehow. I want to, like, maybe I can put the garland, but senior devotees don't allow me to say, this is already my service. Then I tried to put, maybe I can put harmonium on the table. Already was man who was putting harmonium on the table. But I do one service. I take out harmonium from the table. Quick. And then was a darshan with children. There was a meeting with children. He was asking, did you ever play it in dramas? Who you want to be? Etc. etc. And I start listening to lectures. So that's how spiritual mastery appears in our life. Hare Krishna. Dhruva Maharaja ki jai. We have 20 minutes for questions. Please. Please, Prabhu. Any types of questions? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Srila Rupa Goswami describes his quality. I start answering philosophically, then I tell my personal, because I need time to think. Why I will describe philosophy, I will think which is my... he describes in Nectar of Devotion from 21st chapter, Krishna's qualities. And on Bhakti Shastri courses, we don't study the full Nectar of Devotion. We study on the first 19 chapters. But we studied in Bhaktivedanta in 10th canto, because these old stories, all the qualities of Krishna, they mentioned in 10th canto, they mentioned in the last parts of Nectar of Devotion. And interesting how can we see his qualities in these stories. And I don't know, from 46 his qualities, 64, yeah, 46 I said, 64, thank you, 64 his qualities. I cannot say that I have some best of the qualities, but I like to read their descriptions in the stories. You know, when Brahma was making his prayers, Tatenu Kampam Susamikshamana, and etc. etc. 14th chapter of 10th canto. We learn by heart 5 from these verses. And Vishnachakar Thakur describes, Prabhupada didn't give commentaries to this. He stopped on 13th chapter. 14 was commented by his disciples. And they use commentaries of acharyas, especially Vishnachakar Thakur, Jiva Goswami, Sanatana Goswami sometimes, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Sridhar Swami. And Vishnachakar Thakur mentioned when Brahma was giving his prayers, Krishna was standing with a stick, flute, and sweet in his hand. And this was sweet, liquid sweet, like something like sweet rice. And it was like licking, and Krishna was waiting when he will finish, because I need to eat, and it's not appropriate eat when somebody make prayers to you. And Srila Rupa Goswami make this quality of Krishna from this list. He called it grave. Krishna was grave. Listen. Okay. A bit faster. Oh, thank you. He was a bit grave. Listening, Brahma. And Brahma even didn't understand. So, am I get forgiveness? No, or not? What happened? Okay, bye. I have to run. Vishnachakar Thakur said there was 3 sets of covered boys and cows. Yeah. One set was stolen by Brahma. One set stayed with Krishna, and one set was... Where was one set? In a cave. Yeah. Something like that. So Brahma was bewildered. What's happening? No, and Bhaktavatsala also, I like this quality. Bhaktavatsala. He always cares about his and serves to his bhaktas. Bhaktavatsala. And Bhagavad Gita starts from this quality, Bhaktavatsala. In the first chapter, Arjuna asked him, I want to see. And Krishna, yeah! And Prabhupada mentioned in comment, this is Bhaktavatsala, his quality. No. I heard. Okay. I will try. Thank you. More questions? You and then you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He had. He has. He had. First story I remember, it's described in Ujjvala Nilamani. You know this book, this continuation of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It's actually the second part when he gives more detailed in Prema. And the story of Gopi Vastrahana Lila, when he steal the gopis' cloth, he took small boys with him who was not totally out of different genders, boys, girls. It was everything equal for them. They was too small, very small boys. So he has these small boys. Maybe described, yeah. They have certain names, of course. Name for a group. Maybe I don't remember. Mhm. Yeah, no. Three. No, actually a lot of different types. Guru Pati, Guru Mata, different types. But in a spiritual life, usually we have three types. Three. Vartma Pradakshaka Guru, Shiksha, Diksha Guru. Diksha Guru is one. Shiksha Guru can have a lot. Vartma Pradakshaka who first in heart. Maybe, but now we cannot hear the Chaitanya Guru. It's difficult. Actually, Srila Prabhupada mentioned in his commentaries that reveal of Paramatma is Guru, our Guru, Shiksha, Diksha Guru. Paramatma acts through them. In 6th chapter of Gita, Prabhupada says, and there is a verse, if you want to hear Paramatma, you have to have clean heart and clean mind. Founder Acharya, this is term used Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati once in one of his articles. I don't remember the link for this article, but we can find in Rendra Sarupa's Prabhu book. So he mixed two words from Sanskrit and from Latin. I don't know. Yeah. Founder, this is Western world, and Acharya, founder, Acharya, yes. This is from Sanskrit. And he means this is a specific term for persons who make Krishna consciousness to the majority of the people, usually to the whole world. So the founder Acharya is only one, Srila Prabhupada. He made this. And we have others founder Acharyas. There are 4 of them. Madhava Acharya, he is also founder Acharya of Sampradaya. Ramanuja Acharya, Nimbarka Acharya, Vishnu Swami. They also can be called founder Acharyas. But I like Rendra Sarupa's Prabhu explanations in his book of this term. He said it is that Srila Prabhupada, he is founder Acharya for all Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradayas, for all. And we can see that a lot of other sampradayas, they ask their followers. When I say Gaudiya, and it's not only mean Gaudiya, it's also can be meant other Vaishnava sampradayas. At least Gaudiya, because even Sri Sampradaya, they tell to their followers, you should read Prabhupada's books. Tattva Sampradaya, they also tell to their followers to read Srila Prabhupada books. Once Malati Prabhu told us, Srila Prabhupada came to, in Mayapur, Yoga Pith. And usually when Srila Prabhupada entered some temples, first he looks literature, what the books they have. And he entered and looked to the magazine, to the shop, the table, and this book, and then he said to the disciples, from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati times, they don't print and don't write any new books. It's mean the mission dead. No new books. It's mean the mission dead. We need to write books. And then Srila Prabhupada, he started writing books, his commentaries. And Diksha Guru, he give initiation. He give like formally, you become part of Sampradaya, formally. And you ask Shiksha Guru. Shiksha Guru now is difficult term because different spiritual masters, they give different explanations for Shiksha Guru. As I understand correct in our movement, Shiksha Guru is person who is on the same level of your Diksha Guru or higher than he is. This is Shiksha Guru. He can be Shiksha Guru. Because you worship your Shiksha Guru, you can chant pranama mantra to him, you can take his prasadam like this. It's not just like I met a devotee, he's a nice preacher, he's giving instruction, you will be my Shiksha Guru. Not like this. Because you need to worship Shiksha Guru the same like you worship your Diksha Guru. You can see all our acharyas, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Krishnadas Kaviraj, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, he prayers, the list of his gurus. Prayers. And in our movement, we can pray persons who officially get instructions from the GBC to make Vesa Puja once a year, to accept the worship from the disciples. So I understand that Shiksha Guru is at least he's on the level of Diksha Guru. Or at least he's like Prabhupada disciple, senior devotee, and you can worship him. But others can say, no, there can be also Shiksha Guru and instruction that you get, because so in this way we can see there is a different levels of Shiksha Guru. Because you can get Shiksha even from the tree, or birds, or grass, also Shiksha. They can also be Shiksha Guru. In 11th canto, there are 24 gurus. Described 24 gurus by Avaduda Brahman. And it can be, any Vaishnava can be like Shiksha Guru, but like official, it should be from the etiquette of point. Huh? Suitable. Who can give initiation? Oh, it's a big question. Usually, in institution can give like a permission to give initiations. In ancient times, they get blessings. Not just like your spiritual master died and you give initiations. No, they also get blessings from the community of Vaishnavas. You should have Vacha Vegam, Manasa Krovha Jevagam, Jihva Vegam Udarah Vasta. This is, you should control the senses. Tasmat Gurum Prabhadita Jidnasu She Utaman. You should also have some other qualities, which is described in the 11th canto of Bhagavata. But need some persons who will verify that you are qualified to do this service. So after all the processes, and if you get blessings from your spiritual master, if he is still alive, and you get blessings from the community of Vaishnavas, of the institution, so go on, you can accept disciples. Yeah, real changes happen in heart. Like in case of Srila Prabhupada, he was waiting 11 years. In our case, usually 6 months. So it's like in advance. Yeah, we get initiation and wait, and maybe after we just understand what happened and what we have to do. We have to preach and to satisfy spiritual master. This is tradition from all the years. The last question I can ask. 2 minutes we have. Yes. Nice that you have a lot of questions. What we can do specific to get find some strong person, very strong person. When anarcha will come, like Prabhupada when he was small, he doesn't want to go to school. His father finds some ugly man who was bringing him to school. It's a joke, but actually we need someone who will help us, like mentor or spiritual master who will make this anarthas. Because to fight with your anarthas by yourself, it's yoga process. Bhakti process is mercy. We need to beg to mercy. We can have some anarthas, some slide of anarthas, okay. But if we are strong in a practice of Krishna consciousness, by the time they will vanish. Even in the end, when you will die, pass your last exam, like a book when you finish your university, you have to go to library, okay, no debts, yes, no debts, before you give the diploma. You have to go to the teachers, no debts, they put the mark, no debts, yeah. You go to the kitchen, no debts, and only when you fulfill this book, yeah, no debts, you can get the diploma. No, you have no debts to the university. Like debts in the library. You took a book and didn't give it back. And they will not give you because you have a debt. You have to show that everything you close. And like this, with this book, you appeared in Krishna. He asked, what about family? You said, what a family? I forget about family a long time ago. Okay. What about work? I was kicked out from the work. Okay. What about your chanting? I was trying my best. Okay. What about service? No, I was trying also. Okay. And the last, he put this thing. He will ask you, what was your thoughts on the moment of death? And you will say, I don't remember. And what will Krishna reply? Okay, we'll write it about me. This is mercy. So we cannot fall some exams, even with anarthas, but mercy can be there if we are dedicated like Dhruva, determined. Be in this quality all the time. Hare Krishna. Shila Dhruva Maharaj ke, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ke, Shila Prabhupada ke, Nitai Gaura Brahmanande, Jai Shri Radhe. Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.